Okay, so I saw this and I'm just like completely immediately inspired. Impromptu video. My buddy Matt Hudson, who I've known for many years, writes this post. Nationwide is not on your side. My bathroom is flooded. Should have been a medium-sized cleanup. That's true. Most bathrooms that we do mitigation on, anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 in most cases. It just kind of depends on the materials and the type of problem with it. He spent months arguing back and forth with the adjuster, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Things like painting, masking, cleanup costs, travel expenses for water mitigators, and how many days of drying. So if he's far away from a place like a big city, I actually don't know which city he lives in. It's been a while since we caught up, but if he's far away, then getting quality help might be actually difficult. Of course, the standard issues are they like only paid us $4 a square foot for tile. Yeah, good luck with that. Tile is $12 a square foot right now, installed. They argued with ServPro of Indian Land, South Carolina about mitigation. Then they got multiple reconstruction quotes that came back at $10K plus. Yeah, $10K. I mean, give me a break. You want to put a brand new bathroom in? It's $12,000 to $15,000. That's a small bathroom, and they only approved $6,000. I'm going to talk all about this. You're gonna love this post. I hope you see it. Skipping over cement board and all kinds of other common parts. When they finally gave us the preferred vendor, Paul Davis, there's so many nuggets in here that you want to listen to. They proceeded to send out bad contractors. Of course, they didn't speak English, which he's fine with, except their work was very poor. And of course, getting them back out there is very difficult. Once the insurance pays, that's the end. Like they have no incentive to continue to work because they're not going to get paid. They left chunks in the ceiling, paint on the floor. Nationwide said good painters don't require masking and preventative plastic around the room. That's ridiculous. Anyways, let me boil this down. Here's the situation. He's right. Nationwide is not on your side. No insurance company's on your side. Have you ever dealt with insurance? Was it complicated? Now you know it's not on your side, right? They're not there to help you. They're not helping you. They're to help you explain. Now, they can be your advocate. They can be your fiduciary. That's the legal term for it. But they can also be their own fiduciary, and they can switch status without even telling you, which means that they can be talking to you and in one breath be helping you, and in the next breath be helping themselves and never tell you that they've toggled between the two. So that's an interesting fact. All right, so let's just break this down. My bathroom is flooded. Should have been a medium-sized cleanup. That's true. And let me tell you something that you may not know. If you read your insurance agreement, which is what we do, you'll find out that they are on the hook for reasonable repairs. Now, the court does not really define reasonable in every state, but reasonable for most people is reasonable. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. If this what is in the open market, that's what it takes. So they're obligated to take care of that. But most people don't understand how to speak to insurance. They need an expert, and they need an expert who knows how to speak the insurance language. Now, I don't mean negotiate with your captor. That's what some companies do. Some companies just say, oh, I could only get this amount. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So let's just talk about that. I've spent months arguing back and forth with an adjuster about things like painters, masking, cleanup costs, travel expenses for water makers, and how many days of drying. Do you know why he was having to argue about those things? Is because he doesn't realize that the adjuster's belief about the cost of those things is an opinion. And that's all it is. And what Matt didn't have is someone who had a stronger opinion, a more well-documented opinion, and a justifiable opinion inside the confines of his insurance contract. That's what he didn't have. So he didn't understand that the adjuster had no authority. Well, that's not totally true. The adjuster does have authority, but Matt has the same amount of authority. Okay, so of course, standard issues like this, they only paid us $4 a square foot. Again, you have to ask yourself, what is the adjuster's actual goal in all of this? Well, it's not to help you get your stuff back at the right price, because if that were the case, they would just say, hey, go get three bids, select your one, pay for it, we'll pay you back, and we're done. They don't do that. They don't do that at all. They argue about every single nickel and dime. So now you know. Anybody that's arguing about every nickel and dime, their job is to protect the money. So then, check this out. When I got multiple reconstruction quotes that came back at $10K plus, they only approved $6K. Approved $6K. Do you know what that means? I'll tell you what it means in technical terms. They gave you an opinion that they thought it should cost $6K, and Matt didn't know that he didn't have to accept it. And then skipping over cement board and all kinds of common parts. You know why they did that? because the adjuster doesn't know, can't justify, doesn't understand, and was allowing his bathroom to be put back not to code. It's really that simple. And these games are the ones that are played with ignorance. I can't presume that they really mean to do it on purpose. I can tell you that their goal is to save as much money as possible. I know that. That's the behavior. So if they're always trying to cut corners on costs, then it means that they're trying to save money. It doesn't mean that they're trying to be the most educated person they can be on the best way to put things back to restore your home to the way it was before it was damaged. And that's the reality. That's why Heartland Restoration steps in, helps you understand exactly what your agreement says in plain language. We stay inside the confines of the law. We can't adjust an agreement. We don't have any authority. What we have is the ability to read. We have the ability to understand what these premises mean and work with our customers. So this is a glaring and perfect example. I really, truly hope if you ever have a water damage or mold or any kind of insurance claim, please, for the love of God, call me. Call Heartland. We will take care of you. We'll help you understand it. And even if you don't use this, I don't really care. You'll at least understand what you have, what I think are your entitlements related to that agreement before you make any decisions. But buddy, I truly feel bad for you. I'm sorry this happened to you. Wish I could have been a help to you, but this is a big deal and it happens every day. And my last word is, do not argue with an adjuster because, first of all, you have all the power in the relationship and you're correct.
When there's water where there shouldn't be, call me, Hydro Man. Say it. Ready?
I did.
Well, a little bit louder. Okay, ready?
Heartland
Restoration is a family-owned and operated company.